Well, hello there everyone, my name's Dylan and this is the mandatory video where I talk about my experiences with Vidcon. I know I've been absent with the story side of the animation community for a while, but this is one of those times where I just feel compelled to talk about this because Vidcon was one of the best times of my life. Meeting people you've known and looked up to over the internet is a very surreal experience, especially when they're all just there in one place, which happened to be the animators' beach day, which took place the day of my arrival. It was super awesome meeting everyone, bearing Laddie, playing what can only be described as a very interesting game of volleyball. Most importantly, just being together and having a good time. Plus the water was very cold and Rush put seaweed on his head to compensate for the fact that he's bald. That night, a really cool guy named Dade decided to make everyone spaghetti for dinner and Jaden and Tim came over to the house to join us. Soon after that, Maaz decided to make a recreation of the God and Anime meme with the katana he recently got in Little Tokyo, which resulted in the ceiling being sliced, so yeah, that was fun. All of this was on the first day before the con even started, and oh man, it just got way better from there. The next day, some animators met up in the creator track and went around just to some different panels and such, but some of the animators had to go to a fancy lunch thing hosted by Alex Clark. In the meantime, Ray Trab, Lauren, and I just hung back and got pizza, and then met with some of our other friends like Hamachi, Pepio, and Kowalski. The rest of the day was pretty chill, so I'd say it was great. The next day, however, that's when the real insanity began. It was the day of the animation meetup, and in the morning, me and Fish Films went over and got some food. However, we had to rush to make it to the animation meetup because as it turns out, it was going to be way more crowded than we thought. Upon arrival, it turns out that we may not even make it into our own event due to the line. However, shout out to my friend Oscar for making it all possible. He's the one who hosts the meetup and he's a really cool guy and he also has a really cool channel, so you should go check it out if you're not subscribed already. Well, the animation meetup was really ridiculous. In fact, I got some of my friends to talk about it so you guys can get a brief idea of what it was like.
Dude, the animation meetup was actually crazy. I initially thought, it was just gonna be a kind of chill get-together with a bunch of animators and a bunch of fans, but never did I expect it to be 1,500 people waiting outside our room ready to meet some of us. Like, I don't think anybody else expected it either because the room could only fit 80, and for it to be one of the biggest events at VidCon, unreal. It still hasn't registered to me that we signed things and met fans for 3 hours straight. And I would absolutely do it again.
Alright, so the animation meetup at VidCon. Honestly, it was pretty crazy. I didn't even think I was gonna get in with my friends, but we ended up getting in. As soon as we walked in, I saw the dozens of people. It was honestly pretty crazy. A lot of the animators who were signing stuff I knew, and I was like, I know them. It was pretty crazy because we actually got there an hour and a half early and still sat down to sign stuff. So when the official event started, we were like, dude, we've been signing for an hour and a half. It's starting now? So then we signed for another hour.
I really enjoyed the YouTube animation meetup. It was really crowded, but somehow I was able to get in. And I thought I was going to be waiting in line to meet people. I didn't think I was going to be the person who people were waiting in line to meet. So that was really surprising. It was super cool signing stuff, and I enjoyed it. It was a really cool experience, especially because it went on for 3.5 hours? I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, even though the line was long and a lot of people didn't get to, meet people, it was still a lot of fun. And just one way I think they could improve on it next year is just making sure everyone gets a chance to meet people. I've been saying that a lot. And yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, and I hope to do it next year if we do it next year. I'm not really one to decide on that.
So yeah, it was pretty awesome. I signed a bunch of things and even got recognized here and there. But yeah, once that was done, we got a group photo and then had to be escorted out the back to avoid being mobbed, and as it turns out, there was about 1,500 people outside waiting for us. Then the huge crowd of animators all flooded to a nearby shopping center to get some food. It was great, but inside the subway they just chopped onions, which resulted in a bunch of us crying. The rest of the day was pretty chill and great as usual. A bunch of my friends decided to go back to my hotel and go up on the roof, and Hamachi sat right on the edge, which I'm pretty sure traumatized Fish. And then we got locked down in my room when Peppy's bag was still inside, so that was pretty grand. The next and final day, we heard from Katsune's Instagram that Egoraptor was in the expo hall. My friends and I all tried to find him, and we did. It turns out he's a super great guy, and it was really good to meet him. After that, Tim Tom snuck us into the back row so we could watch James, Jaden, and Dom speak at their panel. It was pretty great, and the crowd was absolutely ridiculous. After that, I basically hung out with some friends for a bit, and then it was the time for me to go back to my hotel for the last time, and I said my final goodbyes. Overall, it was such an amazing week, and I cannot wait till next year. See you guys next time.